Well, hello everyone. It's Monday, and I hope you have had a good day. Um, this little illumination is really about when we have high expectations, and I know I'm guilty about that. I go into I plan things. I'm a planner, so I plan and I think, and I've got an expectation of what I'd like the outcome to be. But what I've found over the years, and even recently, that when I let expectations go, it's almost like there's this bright, beautiful sunshine that comes in, and I'm more at peace. And so it's like an aha moment when I'm going, hmm. So I'm kind of equating when we let expectations go and we have that beautiful sunshine coming in, there's joy because I haven't tried to prescribe what I want an ending to be. And I'm really bad about that.
We all are.
What about you?
We all are. That's one of my downfalls, actually, that I have, Linda, expectations of just situations and environments and sometimes people, not often. I mean, it's hard to assume an individual you haven't met before is this type of person or this way. But let's just say we're going to a show of a band that I've never heard of, that I don't know, you haven't heard. You know, instead of building it up to be something that it may not be in my mind. Somebody tell me best, really, just let it be. Does that make sense?
Mm,
Go in open minded and enjoy the experience. And what I found is if you do that, typically you will enjoy the experience. And in most cases, you're actually pleasantly surprised because you had no expectations of it, right? But
that's right.
when I do have expectations, typically, I did. I don't always have high expectations, but I do of myself, and I know you do too. But you just hope for the best, I guess, right? But my motto: hope for
Well,
the best, prepare for the worst.
we
That's
have
my
a
situation.
we have a prescription, in our head
That's where
of how we
that's
want
where
something to be.
that's where I'm
And then
at,
if other
in my
people
life.
don't follow our prescription,
It's like, wait a
where
second,
we
I didn't
go?
sign up for this. I was sold a false bill of goods here. But when I really have tried to just let it be. And what I have found, Linda, is that when I do that, and you may be the same, I don't know, it's typically an enjoyable experience, no matter what the situation is. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely. And you find that you've kind of you have this little inner happiness that kind of comes about, like you're just little dancing feet. And it's like, wow, that was wow. Okay. I didn't have to put so much energy in wanting something because when I do
Yeah,
that, I'm always disappointed because it never turns out the
man.
way I want.
That's profound. It's like one that gift on Christmas morning that you were hoping to get, you didn't get it, and then all of a sudden, man, it's just a disaster, right?
So if we would go back and think about
It's never fun.
as children, we don't have any expectations. We're just out there just enjoying and
Yeah,
letting the sun shine on us and being who we are. And that's living in harmony
man,
with our true soul. So when
that's
we're
the
out
truth.
there trying to hold on tight to everything and prescribe it the way we want it to be, we're not living in harmony at all. And we're
Hmm.
creating this, what I call not only cognitive dissonance, but just this disconnect with our soul.
That's what it comes down to. When you put these even on yourself, if you expect you to be one way, others expect to be another way, and you expect it the same from others, then typically there is a disconnect because they're thinking one thing, you're thinking another thing. So it has to come together, and it has to come from your heart and soul, in my opinion. And when you do act that way, then typically, as you mentioned, you do become as one in harmony with the environment. That's also key with having social awareness. When
Yeah.
you're in an environment to where maybe it's foreign to you, and you're acting a certain way to where because you thought maybe this group of crowd was one way, but they're not, well, you might have difficulties because if you can adapt to the environment and be aware of your surroundings socially, then you'll probably fall flat on your face, quite honestly. You know,
Well,
that's in business and life and any type of relationship building environment.
and that's misinterpreting emotional intelligence too, and that's why I think
Hmm.
emotional intelligence, is really important. But the what I was really hoping that we could help the audience understand is that, when we can just flow and not hold on so tight and have all these expectations, that we're actually going to be in peace and happier than
Man,
trying to control. And I know because I've lived my life trying to control just because it felt safer.
of course. I'm the type of person that I do try to control my environment. I'm not trying to control anybody else besides myself. And that's a struggle at times. So, but when I have certain ticks and things are out of my control that I want to be in my control in my setting, um, it does get a little bit stressful. But when I just let it be and let it evolve over time, then there's really no pressure at all, and it's much more enjoyable.
And between two people, and we'll kind of close this up, but people react to us with what their mental capacity is remembering about who we used to be.
Hmm.
But if we are growing and changing daily, we're not that person anymore.
No, no shot. That's
And
that's a great point.
so I think as a caveat, if we can learn to come together with someone with no expectation at all, not that, oh, I know you, I remember you, I whatever, that we may find we enjoy the relationship now that
Hmm.
we used to not.
Wow, that's what it's all about. And
Yeah.
it's not easy. It's easier said than done, right?
Oh,
To put into practice because your mind tells you one thing, and then your past historical experience with that individual or environment is telling you another thing. So I'm going to stick to that philosophy. Just let it be. That's where I'm coming from, and
I love it. I love
I
let
think
it
I,
be.
I
And
think the audience will benefit from that as well. I know I have, and it's hard. It's hard to do, but just let it evolve in front of you, man, and see what happens. I think you'll be surprised of the outcome, and it should be positive in most cases.
so basically, let the sun shine in and let all expectations go.
Let the sun shine, baby.
Have a good
Love
day.
it.